Welcome back to Get Down to Business, the show about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. My next guest was born in Turkey, but has spent the last quarter of a century running a highly successful professional localization service based in the UK. We're going to talk about what that means, localization. It's something I'm very, very passionate about, but I'm thrilled to be joined by Levent Yildizgoren, and I hope I pronounced that correctly. But Levent, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your expertise with our listeners.
Thank you, Shalom. Great to be with you, and you pronounced my name correctly. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. I appreciate it. Well, I'm very passionate. I talk about this all the time on Get Down to Business. Passionate about certainly travel, passionate about learning other cultures. And as I was just talking about earlier in the program, the silver lining of COVID is that the world has opened up to even small business owners. I want to get to know your story, Levent, of how you became so passionate about the world and the world of business specifically.
Thank you. Thank you for asking, Shalom. I'd love to talk. I love talking about languages, localization. What got me interested in localization, which is essentially a way to communicate our brand message, our corporate message to our target audience. I came to UK when I was 18, so I lived longer in the UK than I lived in my home country, Turkey. And I soon realized that my language, having a Turkish mother tongue, meant that I could do things that other people couldn't. And once I started making some connections because of the language, I realized that this is actually something that of a passion for me. And one thing led to another. Me and my wife, we co-founded our translation company, initially working just from English into Turkish. And then we organically grown into now we do over 100 languages. And making those connections, getting a business's brand message to their target customers in other languages has become a passion, and it is so rewarding for us and as well as for the businesses, of course, for our customers. They can grow their businesses exponentially because of their international connections.
So I hear the passion in your voice, Levent. I hear the passion in your voice, and I know that you are passionate not only in your voice, but also in your words as well. And you wrote a fantastic read called Good Business in Any Language, How to Thrive in Global Markets. And it's on that topic that I want to continue our conversation, and specifically catered to small business owners, entrepreneurs that are tuning in to Get Down to Business and you've already touched on this, the advantages of growing globally, but how do you know if you're actually ready to make that leap?
It's a great question. Great question. Because if you make it too early, it could backfire on you. If you leave it too long, it is so easy to lose space to competition. Or some business owners may lose motivation. So doing it timely is so important. Now, the most important thing is from the experiences that I've seen working with dozens of customers over the years, is that you have to have a product or service that is established. But I don't mean by establishing, I don't mean like years and decades of experience. What I mean by established, it is a proven and tested product or service that works and has a loyal customer base in your domestic country. Once you have this, then this is, in my opinion, is the best time to go forward. And what I also notice is that as business owners, we are too much focused on our profit and loss accounts. We try to cut the cost. We try to control the cost. I mean, Shalom, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. We have to look after our, hard-earned cash, so we can't just waste it. But to grow the business, we have to go beyond our profit and loss accounts. And what is best really to grow the business is to take our product or services to another market. When Apple has decided to sell in China in 2009, I think, their share prices has gone up even further. Why? Because they had a product that worked, they had loyal customer base, and they were taking now to millions of potential users. And the stock market reacted to that straight away. Now, for small businesses, entrepreneurs, can they replicate this? In my opinion, definitely. Why? Because the world is ready for global vision.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Thank you. With payment gateways, now collecting money was a major problem. Only large companies could do it maybe 20 years ago. But today there's so many payment gateways. You can make a payment to somebody in other side of the world within seconds, and they'll collect that payment within seconds. The logistics has gone really developed. We have online marketplaces. There are thousands of online marketplaces, not just, you don't have to stick to eBay or Amazon. There's so many. So go global, there are available. Now it hasn't been a best time as we have today. And pandemic has kind of helped, because a lot of businesses who were stuck in their domestic markets realized that actually I can sell this product in other part of the world or countries within close proximity. It opened a lot of opportunities. Yes, okay, it brought some despair and difficulties, definitely, but also created opportunities for many businesses.
And that's what I like to hear, seeing the opportunity and the challenge for sure. Again, I'm chatting with the international business expert. That's Levent Yildizgoren, who was born in Turkey, but has spent the last quarter of a century building businesses. He's written this fantastic book called Good Business in Any Language. Markets. We've been chatting a little bit about that. And what I love about what you've done, Levent, is also this translation challenge. And I want to spend a minute or two talking about that, because even through the pandemic, you have been actually creating businesses around the world where folks can actually come together and learn about a potential market to help exactly the people we've been spending the past few minutes talking about, help in any language. So let's talk about, what is the translation challenge?
Well, thank you for asking. We are very passionate about. We noticed that there is a gap between the academia and the commercial reality, like translation companies, translation agencies. There are great universities teaching translation to students, but when we noticed that there's a big gap, we went to our local university, which is the University of Essex, based in Colchester. I say local, but this is like 40, 50 kilometers away, and we offered them this opportunity. We said, look, why don't we bring one of our customers with a real life project to your students, and the students work on this project as if it's real. And it is actually a real project. So they get the taste of the commercial reality, and we'll manage everything. So they'll get the working with the customer, working with a real translation agency, and see how that works. That was 9 years ago. And they said, yeah, great, let's give it a try. We didn't think it will last this long, but every year it gets stronger, and it's affecting hundreds of students, attracting them to language industry. And what makes me proud is that they're finding jobs in Apple, Facebook, Google, bigger companies, as well as local translation companies. So it is making me really proud. Currently, it's in the 9th year, and next year we'll be celebrating the 10th year. And from the client's point of view, it is also beneficial, because some clients in the last couple of years, they weren't thinking about doing translations. And when we offered them this opportunity, they said, yeah, that's good. We don't mind getting a free translation, getting a free promotion from a large institution in the UK. So it was like a win-win for all parties.
Sure. Well, I've learned a lot in this conversation. We've talked about globalization. We've talked about the translation challenge. And in fact, you are helping future entrepreneurs, future young entrepreneurs, and that must feel really, really good. So Levent, I can't wait to have you back on. But in the meantime, I want to make sure all of our listeners know where they can find you, the translation challenge, and of course, your book. Can you share your contact information?
Absolutely, Shalom. Actually, I have a free offer for your listeners. If they visit Levent.team, Levent is my first name, that is Levent.team, TEAM. They can find a link to download the book or order it. If they are based in the UK, we'll send them a free copy. or they can purchase it from Amazon. The Kindle version, ebook version is only 99 cents. And I'm also on LinkedIn. And
Fantastic.
I'd love to talk to anyone who has a question about localization, languages, going global.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Shalom. It was a total pleasure.